Rico Heat launched in November 2020, so we're little more than toddlers as a business. It's pretty special, therefore, to be supported by a company that was founded in 1860. H Firkins and Sons are London's oldest chimney sweeping company. We are in Milton Keynes at the training centre of H Firkins and Sons, and this is not a son, what's your relation to H Firkins?
A descendant of some sort.
Yeah.
Great-great-grandson, I believe. Sixth generation, so whatever that equates to.
Lots of greats.
Yeah, a few.
A couple
to a few.
So you've been in business as a family since
1860, yeah.
Because you operate across the West End and right across it.
Predominantly North London, but we, to be honest, we were strictly North London. Like if it didn't have an N postcode, we didn't work there until pretty much when the internet became more popular.
You've been training for some time, haven't you, for different...
Yeah, but I suppose training to some extent for like the last 5 years or so, for not that long.
Right.
I started, I think the first bit of training I did was for chimney skills training, the MVQ,
Oh, right.
the MVQ people. Then 18 months or so after that, I was approached by Apex and they need their training revamping.
Right.
So I kind of just, we redesigned all of that and kind of started again with that with like a whole new concept. And then that kind of evolved into this place.
You've got a Rico Heat on it.
I have.
You've had a Rico Heat for some time, haven't you?
I bought it from you, I think at an Apex show.
Yeah. 3 or 4
In fact,
years
no,
ago.
it might have been in Reading. But yeah, it was, I'd say probably 3 or 4 years. It's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah. And you use it, and that's at home?
Yeah, it's at home, it's in my living room. I use it relatively regularly. I generally use it when it's particularly cold, mainly just to get the heat around the house.
Right.
Because the main source of heating in my house is the fire. I was going to say wood burner, but I often actually burn coal. But yeah, I use it when I want to get some heat upstairs because I try and avoid, if at all possible, putting the radiators on. And when I say if at all possible, I mean the radiators have been on in my house in the last 3 or 4 years, maybe twice. So when I say when it's all possible, I mean like ever.
You're right.
I mean they go on if I accidentally press that button rather than the hot water button on the on the dial. But yeah, so it really helps just heat the upstairs. To be honest, that's the main reason for using it. That actually wasn't why I bought it. I bought it just because I like buying new stuff.
Right.
Chimney related, just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
So I got it just because, really, not because I thought I needed it or because I wanted it. But then, like with anything, I think you use it a few times and then you realise, like, sometimes things do what they do things you don't expect them to do and don't do things you do expect them to do, and things just work differently, and you kind of use it in a particular situation and it kind of has a benefit. And in my house, the benefit turned out being that upstairs got really warm when it was turned on. I imagine it makes a difference to the living room, but that's not really anything. I didn't need a difference to the temperature in the living room, so it's not really something I've paid attention to or noticed. Yeah. But I did need it to be warmer upstairs, and I did notice that happened. And the way I noticed is I just put thermometers upstairs. Right. Digital Amazon thermometers, I just put them in the bedrooms, and I just put it on and just go upstairs and see if it got warmer and how much. And so I like now I'll do things if it's really, really cold. And to be honest, I only really use it when it's probably colder than about 2 or 3 degrees outside, because that's the only time it gets cold enough upstairs to need extra heat. But what I'll do is, before my kids are going to bed, I'll close all the doors upstairs and leave their bedroom doors open. Put the Rico Heat on to try and heat their rooms, which sounds a bit odd that you'd do something downstairs to heat the rooms upstairs, but it definitely actually works. So I'll leave their doors open and try and warm those rooms up a bit, and then when they go to bed, shut their doors, and then leave my bedroom door open, and then warm mine up a little bit.
That's great. So that's a 3-bedroom house, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like with anything, there are limitations. Like I did wonder if it would heat up my dining room and my kitchen. It doesn't, because they're either side and on the same floor, and like when it's
going
on,
upstairs.
Yeah, so when it's on, actually, you can, if you walk up the stairs, there's like a particular point at the top of the stairs, but in the banister, where you can feel the air coming up the stairs. Yeah. So pretty much all the air from the living room ends up going up the staircase.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, it is what it is, and it's fine. So like in our house.
Does it make a difference if you leave it running all day? Do you think it would get across?
It might. I think I mean, to be honest, I don't care enough to heat the dining room up because all I've ever done is when we're going to have dinner in there, I'll put a heater on in the dining room. Right. But I would not be surprised if I closed all the doors upstairs and then left it running. It might eventually heat up the dining room. It's just
it's the volume of air, it's the convection flows that's where they go. So then you would have to heat the dining room from upstairs.
I think probably I'd have to heat less space upstairs in order to build the heat up to end up in the dining room. And I'm sure that'll work. It's just that I don't need it to. So that's just not how I've been using it. But that's what I mean. Sometimes you kind of use things, I mean, not necessarily a Rico Heat, just stuff, and it works in a particular way for a particular need you have. I'm sure there are other people that have completely different needs, which might even be heating the same room, like the room of the appliance. It's
amazing, you know, because of the chimney effect of the stairs. That was, once we learnt that it does do that and does do, and even if you've got 3 stories, actually, that's great. But then, so I wasn't sure how it worked with bungalows, because I assumed it would be less effective in a bungalow because you haven't got that chimney effect.
I suppose with a bungalow that you'll get, I suppose the heat builds up at the ceiling, but then it's going to start spilling through into the other rooms.
Yeah, and it seems to be that
because of the pressure.
Because you're just increasing the convection. So if there's any convection flows, the
air's going to go where it's going to go. Yeah. And if you're in a tall house, it's going to want to go upstairs. If you're in a bungalow, it's not going to want to go upstairs, is it? Yeah. It's going to try and escape somewhere else.
Yes.
Which could be via any other room. Yeah. I guess.
David Sudworth at Mr. Soot, he's been training on them, which is fantastic, and NACS also were training on them. But what do you train them on in terms of the Rico Heat?
So I mean, it's just there, to be honest. So generally, people train on it when they're doing the sweep training because they've got to sweep it because that's one of the flues they'll sweep.
Yeah, great.
So they'll just sweep through it. I mean, to be honest, we don't really have many new chimney sweeps through here. Like most of the people we have are current chimney sweeps, as opposed to like the newbies. Yeah. But those that do the sweep training do sweep it. But I think most of the discussions we have around it are people just asking about it, really, more than anything else. Yeah. Right. And the concept. So I mean, like we talk to people about the concept just because when people are on a course, we usually give out a leaflet because we've got, as you may or may not know, Rico Heat leaflets in the cupboard. And a lot of people look at it and kind of, what is this? Yeah. And I think the reason is because people in chimney sweeping kind of have this idea that all the chimney sweeps exist on Facebook and at sweep shows. And I think the reality is that most chimney sweeps don't go on Facebook, and most chimney sweeps don't go to sweep shows. Right. They live outside of that kind of that bubble that some of us, like sometimes me, kind of think is the whole industry, and it's not. So I'd say most of the people that come here haven't even heard of it. Right. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah. Because they do have all sorts of questions. Like one question they do seem to have is like, isn't it going to cool the flue gases down? That is a common one. Yeah. And I mean, it just doesn't. I think the main reason being is it's because one, the air going in there isn't particularly cool anyway, and two, the temperature of the pipe that runs through the chimney, it'll get so hot that the chance of the actual air inside that pipe cooling down the flue gases through a pipe that's already, like, I don't know, what, 400 degrees or something is pretty remote. But I think sometimes things that seem logical aren't true. I
mean, that's because the other thing is that the coil accelerates the gases. So you actually
Venturi effect,
exactly, and because it's inducing turbulence. So where you've got turbulence, you get less pressure. So it's increasing the buoyancy of the gases. So it's actually going past it faster. So it can't. You're not slowing it down, pushing more heat into it. It's got to pass all the heat. It's got to pass. It's got to do as it whips past the things.
I think there's lots about chimneys that like aren't. It's not intuitive. Like just generally fluid dynamics. Like if you narrow a pipe, things move more quickly. It's just, and people I think see that in real life. Like you'll have a shower, and people will adjust the shower head, and the water will come out more quickly, and it'll go faster and make more of a noise. But you don't really kind of it doesn't really seem analogous to flue gases, but I mean, it's all the same thing. It's a fluid.
Yeah.
So it works the same with one of these. I mean, I've not personally done any proper testing on it, but I mean, in theory, reducing the opening slightly in the way that does shouldn't really reduce the effective area, because it's gonna really speed up the flue gases.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think.
And in terms of your experience of cleaning it after you've been using it, how do you find it in terms of the amount of soot that's on the coil as opposed to on the sides?
I mean, not much, and I think that I suppose it depends how you burn the fire. I mean, if you burn a fire badly, everything is going to get dirty.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're burning it hot, then down as far as the stovepipe, it should be hot enough that you don't really get much soot anyway.
Yes.
Whether it's on a coil like that or on a stovepipe or on whatever.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, I guess, that shouldn't, as long as a stove's being used properly, make any difference.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I've not come across any dirt on mine.
Yeah.
Not that I've noticed anyway. I mean, it's just, we just clean it like a normal chimney, really.
Yeah.
Just pass a brush through it and sweep the chimney and then bring it back on the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
And so you brush it with a mold, with a traditional brush.
Just a normal brush, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very, very much for all the support and for really interesting.
No
Thanks
worries.
very much, Joss. Brilliant.
Cheers.